Today, the 12th.
Well,
Okay, today is somewhere in
wow.
November, so we're gonna
November
get started.
12th.
November 12th already?
Yeah.
God, it's almost Christmas time.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Bite your
Christmas.
tongue.
Ooh.
Too scary.
1 month,
Pumpkin
13
pie.
days.
The fact that
Pumpkin-
I'm sitting here looking at Santa Claus photos has nothing to do with the fact that it's not Christmas yet.
Well, you're
Pumpkin
gonna
pie and turkey gravy.
What kind of pie?
pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin.
Punkin.
He put
Punkin.
turkey gravy on his pumpkin pie. That sounds really
You ought to try it. You ought to try it.
I
You
know.
get a plate of whipped cream, put the pumpkin pie in the middle of the whipped cream. That's how you do it.
Well, pumpkin whipped cream is the vehicle for the pumpkin pie.
Exactly. Okay.
Boy, that was an educated word. Vehicle.
I should start this recording over, shouldn't I? Okay, here we go. Okay, desktop. Get rid of that. Move this down to here. Got to move all the Zoom stuff out of the way so I can figure out what I'm doing. Okay. For those that have dealt with Camera Raw, one of the things they have, let me open this guy up. You can all see my screen right now?
Yes.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Harry the Warthog. Super nice
Aw.
guy. This was shot at ISO 10,159. And even at 10,000 ISO, this is how grainy it's not. There is some grain there, but it's like, holy cow. I was shocked when I got this on my computer and looked at it. I thought there was going to be all kinds of grain at 10,000 ISO. But so when you start with this, you can start with auto and do the auto adjustments, or just leave it like it is for now, which we will. Because what I do with auto adjustments, Adobe kind of knows better than I where to start. And then, okay, I don't want to do the highlights. I want to bring them down, bring the shadows down a little bit, or whatever the case is. So I'm just going to take it back to 0. One of the new things in Photoshop and Adobe Camera Raw and in Lightroom is Adobe Adaptive, which is, instead of Adobe Color, Landscape, Portrait, Standard, or Vivid, you have Adaptive. So I click on that, and it goes through the AI process and says, okay, this is what I think you want. And that's like kind of cool. Adobe Color, kind of bland. Landscape gives a little bit more reds to it, I think. Portrait, bland. Standard, nothing. And then Vivid. But yeah, Adobe Adaptive gives it a whole bunch more punch. So we'll go back to
Is
0.
it picking up is it picking up the colors of the ground, blending in with the warthog itself?
No, what it's doing is just taking the color and saying, this is what I think you want. So this is how it comes out straight out of camera. Then you do Adobe Adaptive, boom. It brightens up the area under the warthog, and then also the warthog itself got brightened up and a little bit more contrast. And that's before we even start dealing with the light. So if we do, I clicked on auto. For best results, avoid using auto and adaptive together. Okay, don't apply. We won't do that. But adaptive, as you can see, is in beta. So they're testing it right now. I think that's in Lightroom as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99. So what we can do is just kind of play with different things in here to bring it out. And then you'll notice when I do Adobe Camera Raw, only one thing opens up at a time. One window opens up at a time. And to have that happen, what you can do is right click, and it says edit panels to share. So we'll edit panels to share. I've taken out curves because I don't play with curves, color grading and calibration. I've taken those out. You can also change the order in which you see these. So right now, profiles on top, light, color, detail. So let's say I wanted to move lens blur up, which I don't, but I'll do it anyway. All I have to do is hit the up arrow and it takes it all the way to the top, or leave it where it was, either one. You can also hit default order and go back to the default once you decide what you want to do. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to change anything. And then there was a setting, I got to remember where it is now because I haven't used it for so long.
Michael, is it just me or you're not sharing your screen?
It's you because we can see it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Wow.
you might have to reboot or something or reload Zoom.
Maybe go out and go back into Zoom.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
go
Michael,
slow. Yeah.
Michael, Gary, under profiles, I don't have the option of Adobe Adaptive there. I don't
Are
have the
you
option.
are you in Camera Raw or in
I'm
Lightroom?
in Camera Raw. I have the beta version of Photoshop. I'm in Camera Raw, but I don't have
Okay.
Adaptive as an option.
Okay. If you're in Camera Raw, what version of Camera Raw is it showing at the top?
Let me go back there. Hang on a second.
Because if you look at mine at the very top, I think you can see it up there.
Yeah,
It's
17.0.
17.0.1.
Yeah.
I just updated today, as a matter of fact. Adobe did a update today to add
So-
new cameras in there.
17 point what?
Point
Oh,
zero point
0.1.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, mine doesn't say anything up there for some reason.
Mike,
Okay, you're using beta.
It says Adobe Photoshop Beta. Yes, it says it at the top.
That might be the reason. If you try opening in 2025, see if there's a difference.
Okay.
Although Raw should open the same in any of them.
Right.
Okay.
Let me try 2025 and see what happens.
Okay, there's another question out there.
Yeah, Mike,
Yes.
how to update the Photoshop from the older version to newer version?
Okay. Are you Mac or PC?
PC.
PC, of course.
I'm sorry.
You can't update in PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can only update in Mac.
Okay.
believe nothing that man says.
I'm messing with you, Angela.
I know.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
I just want to make you happy.
Okay, I don't know on a PC where your Creative Cloud account is. Mine is at the very top. I think yours is at the bottom. But you have this Creative Cloud, which is the little cloud symbol up here. You click on that, and then you go to Apps, and it should tell you what needs to be updated. Mine should be up to date. Or you just
Oh,
click
okay.
on Updates to the right
Okay.
here.
Okay. So
when
I
you
just
click on
got a
that-
new computer. Everything has to set up. I haven't done it yet. So do I
Oh.
have to download that Adobe
Creative
Cloud-
Cloud.
Creative
It de-
Cloud?
Depends. If you don't have it on already, yeah, you need to update and download it and update everything.
Oh, okay. That means I have to download it.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you betcha. I right click on like the word light right here, and it says edit panel behavior. You have responsive mode and multiple mode and single mode. I have mine set to single so that I only have one table open at a time. I don't want going down outside the page trying to keep up with everything. I just want one thing open. So if I open up detail, only detail is going to be open in single mode. So you just right click on the word like detail, and you have single, responsive, and multiple. I don't know what responsive is. Maybe it closes when you're done with it. I don't know. I've never dealt with that. Single and multiple, you can have them all open at the same time in multiple, and it just drives me crazy. I like a clean area. They have changed denoise in Adobe Camera Raw. if you click on denoise in the old version, it would open up a separate file for just denoise. So I'm going to run denoise right now, and it's going to say, oh, this is perfect. Okay, this is perfect. Oh, this is not bad. It's set to 50. I think 50 is the default for when they ship it to you. But if you want to, you can add more denoise to it. So it is adjustable. That ran it up to 88%, and it's a little bit soft. And then I just took it down to 22% and a little bit more noise. So let me go back up to 50 again. And it takes out quite a bit of noise, but it also does not open a new DNG file. It is adjustable. It's non-destructive now. You can do sharpening it if you want. I save my sharpening for once I've got it open and deal with my Sharpen AI stuff that I have. So that's the cool thing. You can't do denoise and super resolution at the same time. It's one or the other still. So hopefully they'll get that fixed and everybody will be happy.
Michael, I think that's the one update that did not come up in Lightroom.
Was the detail, the
The
denoise,
denoise, yeah, it's still in Lightroom, I believe, still makes the second file.
still the old version? Okay. So there's a couple of things they did in Bridge. I think they're experimenting on us Bridge people and Camera Raw people versus the Lightroom people. But if you look at the denoise, I mean, when you saw the first version, you can see the noise in the log on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, it's pretty well taken care of. And I haven't done any sharpening to it. So from 41 to say 116, it's a little too sharp. So from 40 to 70, it doesn't look bad. All things considered, wow, it makes me look like a good photographer.
You
Why is-
are anyway.
Why is everybody laughing at that? And again, all I got to do is hit open and it opens in Photoshop. I said it opens in Photoshop. Thank you very much. So if I zoom in, that is not bad for 10,000 ISO. I am ecstatic with that.
It's actually a usable photo now.
And
Send that to Dennis. Looks like him.
You're bad.
Never mind, Dwight. I'm not going to respond to it. I know
This
he's
is
going to listen to this later, so I will be nice.
This is an SNL moment.
Yeah. So let's say, okay, I like that, but I'm going to go back to my raw. I'm going to undo denoise and open that. And now I have version 1 and version 2. So here's version 2. Here's version 1. Go to Window, Arrange, Tile all vertically. Put that head there. That head there. And you can see without the denoise on its face, running the other stuff in there. When we did the adaptive, we'll do Adobe Color, not do adaptive on this one. So to bring up number 3. And we'll do the same thing again, tile all vertically. Zoom. And the adaptive added a whole bunch of crystallized colors on there. I don't know if you can see them really well.
Yeah, you can see it.
You can see it.
You can
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
see it there.
Oof.
And this is without the adaptive. And that's with adaptive on the left with the noise reduction. So
Interesting.
the new noise reduction is not bad.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Well,
no
yeah,
kidding.
if you want to say it that way.
Yeah.
Have you done a comparison with Topaz compared to this one?
I have not yet. Well, let's do this. We'll take the one on the right. Let's go ahead and go to consolidate all the tabs. This is the one on the right without the adaptive. We'll go to filter, Topaz, denoise. Said denoise, come on. And low light, severe noise never really works for me. But you got low light and clear.
Say low light, probably.
I think I'm going to go with low light. You are correct. Hit apply. Give it a second. There we go. And we're going to take this one, which was the middle one. So that's number 2, or is it? That's number 3. So we get rid of that. Don't save. Then we'll put these two up side by side to compare. Tile all vertically.
Ooh,
Okay, that didn't, I don't think I did it right.
I think you got rid of the wrong one, Mike.
I think you are correct, Mel. So let's do this. Command W, don't save. This is,
That's the Topaz one.
this is the Camera Raw one. Open this guy. And we'll run filter, denoise, just rerun the filter one more time. There we go. And arrange, tile all vertically. Make sure they're the same. So we want 300. There we go. They're both the same now.
And they look pretty close to the same.
Okay, which one's better?
Left.
Left.
Yeah, I would say the left.
I would have to agree with y'all. I think the left is definitely number 1 better.
And
Yeah,
which one is which?
Okay, the one on the right is Topaz. The one on the left is Adobe Camera Raw.
wow.
Huh.
However,
Pretty darn close, though.
pretty darn close. And if you bring up a different file, it's going to be different. Each file is different. So
Right.
you can't just say Adobe Camera Raw all the time or Topaz all the time. You almost have to do both to figure out which one's going to work the best for your image. So here's a trick. Go to File, Close All. Don't save, don't save. And I just closed them all. And if you're in one and you want to close the other or all the others, you hit Close Others. Okay, I am working on Santa Claus pictures, have been for the last week and a half, and I'm about ready to explode my brain. These are not my images, these are somebody else's. But what we want to do is there's a setting for the pictures. So you go to the 3 dots down at the bottom right of your Adobe Camera Raw, hit Command A to select them all, click on the 3 dots, And when you get your settings, you go to save settings and put them in where you want them. Save them so you can find them. Go to load settings and we'll go to Ballroom Santa, click load, and it loads the settings in all of them at the same time. So we'll hit done and we'll open one copy, which is this one. My instructions were to make the left window light up like the other ones do. I can copy and paste from another image, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to go to my masking, go to objects, and I'm going to paint in where I want it to mask. And now I can bring these up, go to light, bring the exposure up, bring the highlights up a little bit, probably bring the shadows up. And then color, we'll bring up saturation just slightly. Click open. And now it almost matches so that when you look at it, it's not really bad like the original was, really dark. The flash didn't fire behind this, and it's like a cellophane deal, so the flash fills it in for you. So you can do all that in Camera Raw as well. Don't save. Here's an image that I took up in Sequoia, I believe. My phone's ringing. It's only Tim Meyer, so I'll let him stay. Probably mad at me because I didn't come to his going away party. We'll go to adaptive, see how it looks in adaptive. Not bad. Let's see what Vivid looks like. Oh, too dark. How about landscape? And you can play with these as you go through. And I think I'm just going to stick with adaptive because that actually looks pretty dang good. And see, not too bad. So we'll denoise it anyway, just to get rid of what little grain there is. This was shot at 400 ISO, so it's not bad.
Say, Mike, can I ask a question? With all the changes that you're doing and everything, how much data are you losing, or is that just one of those things you don't? I know it's raw, but I mean, how much data are you losing going back and forth adjusting this?
None.
Okay.
So if I decide to hit the option key and click on cancel down here, reset, it goes back to where we started.
Okay.
Or hit Control or Command Z to undo what I just did. You can also adjust the adaptive from 0 to 200. So you can add some zip to it by bringing the adaptive up a little bit. So you can adjust your denoise, you can adjust your adaptive. Click update. Okay, we're good there. And then for those that like to crop in Camera Raw or Lightroom, you go to your crop tool and you have enable expand. So we can do a full size preset or any of their custom settings that they have, or you can make your own custom setting. Crop ratio, we'll do 3:1. Click OK. And then we're going to expand it a little bit. So let's go up to include some cloud. And then click on the word generate. And it's using AI to fill in the rest of the sky on the left-hand side.
That's crazy.
You have your choice of number 1, number 2, number 3.
That's crazy.
But the bad news is, let's hit open.
Hmm.
You can't really tell on this image, but the resolution on the left-hand side where we added is not quite the same as the right-hand side. But it did a generative expand for us. I mean, that ain't bad. And
Hey, Mark,
obviously, yes,
Gary, hey, now, once you do that, I thought if you clicked on the thumbnail you picked, you could go up and have it increase the resolution on that.
let's see what it does.
Yes, go to that thumbnail. I thought there was a option to click, those three dots or something that would take that selection and make it higher resolution.
Let's go to crop. Got that. I don't see a.
Well, redo it. You can go back to where you generate, expand it and hit the generate and get your three views.
Okay, in fact, let's do this.
Just undo.
We'll just hit cancel and go back into raw or bridge. Right click, develop settings, clear settings. We'll start all over again. Open in raw, and we'll do beta, and we'll bring it up a little bit just for fun. Denoise, everybody's happy, keep it the same. Come on, hurry up. I ain't got time to wait for you. Go to crop, and we did custom ratio 3:2. We'll leave it like that, see what it does. Oh, I have to enable expand. Okay, click on generate. And you've got 1, 2, 3. I like number 2.
Okay, so I'm not seeing your three choices on my screen. What about other people?
Nope.
No, it doesn't show you the 3 choices. So what you have here is on the right-hand side, you got 1, 2, and 3 over here. But it doesn't give you like in Photoshop where you have the 3 choices show up and you can pick. There's not a way to update. So what I'd have to do is bring this up in Photoshop and then expand it in there, and then also do the same thing where you got the 3 dots and say, okay, I want to make this larger resolution.
So the difference is you're in Camera Raw right now versus Photoshop. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, so you can't see the three options, three thumbnails, and then hit that enhance resolution option.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. I'm learning this just like you guys are. So thanks for the help on that.
Yeah.
Open. So if I did crop and we did this and generative expand, then you get your 3 choices here. When it decides it wants to play, there we go. There's our 3 choices. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 3. And then you can enhance detail on it by clicking on that little.
That's it.
Yeah. So that does help there. And everything looks good there. Ooh, sensor dust, sensor dust. Flatten the image, Command E, take care of my sensor dust. Boom, done. Remove tool, love that remove tool.
Yeah,
If you haven't played with the remove tool,
awesome too.
oh my God.
Love it.
Watch the last couple of episodes of this and you'll see the remove tool is just amazing. I mean,
Mike,
I get blown away.
on the left, you see on the left, the image, it got a line here, 2 lines.
Right now there's 2 lines.
Yeah, I see it. On the left. You see?
Like right along here.
Yeah. the place that you extended the area.
Okay, let's see if we can,
You make it bigger, the image.
let's do this. Take our marquee tool, go over that, hit generative fill, see what it does. Now I got more lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. Oh well. Yeah, I'd have to go in, make it full screen, and then figure out how I can make those lines disappear. That's from the when we expanded the crop on it. So we'd have to go in and fix it. Well, let's get rid of the sun. Nobody likes the sun anyway, not in a sunset picture. So you can see the stuff that Camera Raw is doing right now is just crazy.
I have
Anybody?
a selection question for you if you can do that after you finish this.
Okay, a selection question with selecting in Camera Raw.
I don't know where you select, wherever you select, I don't care.
Okay, let's open up.
I want to
Fun.
select a pine tree off of a pretty plain background, but I want all the needles to be there, but not any of the background.
I wish I had a pine tree to. Do you have the image?
I can send you one real quick.
Send one real quick.
I'll just send a little bit of this. See how it's the easiest way to do this, and this is just.
While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and play a little bit. This is what you can do in Camera Raw by selecting clothes. It didn't select all of his clothes. Interesting.
What's your email, Mike?
It's Michael, Michael, at collinsfoto.com.
I think you can transfer a file in the chat.
A large file?
I'm not sure it'd go any faster than email.
well, let me just send this.
Okay.
It'll take a second.
What we're doing this, playing
I
with
can
this.
find it.
One of the things when they put together their set, you have these lines going across from where they put the boards together. Please remove the lines. Okay.
I just sent you an image.
Okay. It may take a couple of seconds to get
I
here.
know.
And then if you look very closely, you've got this little bend in the background. A remove tool, boom, done. The remove tool is like the greatest thing they've ever done. Okay, so you guys don't see all my goofy emails I have. Let's go ahead. Okay. Share screen again. And this is the image you want me to play with, right?
Yeah, I just want to pull that tree cleanly off the background.
and get rid of it?
No, I'm going to use it.
Okay. Um,
If I just wanted to get rid of it, I would just, well, I'm replacing backgrounds, but I also need to use the tree. So,
I would probably go with select color range
okay.
and then click on the tree, click OK, and then go up to select similar and do that again.
Oh,
And it's taking the greens. That's one way to do it.
because what I
Deselect.
did, everything I tried still gave me background in between branches and in, I mean, for what I'm doing, I've got it fine, but it was a lot of work to pull it, so.
Yeah. My
Can't you
brain
do that
is,
on Topaz too? Doesn't
I already
Topaz?
I tried Topaz, which normally works perfectly, and it didn't on this one.
Hmm. You might just have to find a tree, take a picture of it and cut and paste.
I
It has to be this
there's a
stupid.
way to do it, but I can't think of it right now
Okay.
where I can make a selection. Oh, duh. How about object selection tool? I knew it was there. There you go. Command J. There's your selection.
Yeah, that's not better than what I had. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to see what you had, what idea you had.
Okay.
Mm.
Normally that works fairly decent. You can also try quick selection tool. I like object selection tool much better though.
I used quick select. I used a whole bunch of things and finally
Yeah.
just fiddled around with it. It's behind Santa in it, but it's their stupid tree and they wanted their tree in this, and I got rid of the rest of their background. The whole thing was I had a job Saturday that I wasn't supposed to do that turned out to be a major cluster mess. So I'm now fixing it.
Let's see what this does. I just did a gen fill on it. Perfect. There you go.
Perfect. There's a different tree. See, that'd be great if I could have a different tree, but then they'll say, what happened to our tree? Because it's their tree. And
Yeah.
yeah, next year things are going to be a bit different. A bit. If I do it.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's object selection. I knew it was there. I just couldn't think of it.
Okay.
That's probably what I would use 99% of the time.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Yep. Other questions?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Why I'm working on layers, I am working on one layers, but in a sudden it jumped to the next layer. How can I fix that problem?
I've had issues with that as well.
Oh, okay. I thought it's just me.
What jumps to the next layer?
Okay. If you're in the move tool, especially, it does that. Let's go ahead and
Oh, no, I was in the brush. I was using the brush too.
Okay. Let me share screen, desktop. You can see what I'm looking at. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Run our action. Oops. Let's run our action on it. Boom. And so what I do is I'm gonna go really fast and just knock these out. Brighten that up, brighten that up, brighten up the window. And I'm not being accurate with these, so when I'm doing it for real, I'm actually being extremely accurate. So I'll drag. Open, open, open. Thank you. Reference files, Sparkles. Open up Sparkles. Come on. There we go. I drag all my Sparkles over so that we have a bazillion layers now. Put it on the tree, and then what I do is select each one. If you're in the selection tool, up at the top it has auto select, which will change the selections for you, which I do not like, so I keep mine turned off. But as you hover over them, you'll see that the layers change as I'm going over each one. So if I click on an area like this one, it shows that it's showing I'm on wall candle number 1, but it's actually on Sparkle, the top one. So if I click on it and go up there, and brush, I don't know why it would be changing layers on you, because it stays there and it doesn't show which layer I'm on. See, I don't know why you're doing that.
There was, I think if you hit the V, the key, and
Right.
if you hover over that layer, it'll select that layer. I think the V was the move key.
Right. It's the move tool.
Yeah.
So I'll hit
And
V for move, and up in the upper left, you have auto select.
mhm.
And it says auto select layer or group. We're on layer. I turn mine off because it does select automatically.
Okay.
But when I'm trying to get two that are close together, I turn it off so I can pick the one that I want. If you want to auto select and you got it turned off, you can hit the Command or Control key and it will pick the layer for you. I'm in share, right? So you guys can see.
No.
No,
No.
no,
Sorry about that. Okay, now you can see.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I have auto select turned off in the upper left. So
Okay.
if I go here, nothing happens except for the last one that I selected. But what I can do is hold the Command key or Control key and pick the layers that I want to move just by holding it. And while we're in the move tool, if I hold the Z key for zoom, I'm still holding the zoom key. Let go, it goes back to the move tool. Hold the Z key and then the option to make it go backwards. And it zooms out. It goes very slowly doing it that way. But that's what the bounce back is saving you for. Like I'm brushing something and I want to zoom in. So I'll hold the Z key, zoom where I want it, let go, and it bounces right back to the brush, which saves me all kinds of times going between tools.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Other questions? Going once, going twice.